Welcome. This video sketches a journey to Shillong, the Switzerland of the East, and then to Cherrapunji, the place that once had the highest rainfall in the world. The journey and the tourist spots en route are narrated with details, wherever possible, as the visual progresses, but not in synchronization with the visuals included in the video. A number of still photographs have also been included in the video to give a better idea about the places and points of interest. Shillong had been the place where I had spent my college days studying in St. Anthony's College. This is not to tell about those days or about Shillong that we had seen at our times, which I have described at length in my website A Tale of a Sylheti Refugee in https://sites.google.com/site/apraj1943. Shillong has always held a great fascination for me, and I make opportunities to visit it whenever I can. The last time I did it in February 2016. I have made this video mostly on my latest experience in the hills of Khasi and Jayanti, in which Shillong situates. This time, I had my school friend Ashutosh Paul with me. We arrived at Shillong from Guwahati on the 8th of February. We had enjoyed the beauty of the hilly terrain en route, but had been distressed to observe that a large-scale destruction of the hills had been underway in stretches, to make room for expansion of the road. The car we had traveled in had dropped us in time at our place of stay. We had spent the rest of the day visiting local sites. On the 10th of February, we undertook this journey to Cherrapunji. The journey was made by a bus of Meghalaya Tourism, which cost Rs 350 per head. Our first stop was at Makadok viewpoint at a distance of 32 kilometers from Shillong. Makadok Valley is a wonderful midway valley from Shillong to Cherrapunji. The vast deep green valley would leave one amazed. Set up in this panoramic natural backdrop, the suspension bridge named Duwan Singh Siam Bridge connected two hills for movement of road transports. The bridge had its own beauty. As we moved forward, leaving the viewpoint behind, we came across surroundings enveloped in thick fog. Some distance ahead it was a clear setting again. Foggy and clear atmosphere appeared in alternate phases, as if playing hide and seek. In clear atmosphere we could see clouds hovering over the ridges of the hills in the distance, creating a scene of heavenly beauty. There were bottomless gorges on one side of the road and rising hills on the other. The picture was more or less the same all through our journey up to the farthest point of Sahara, the local name of Cherrapunji. It was a journey through the nature which one would remember for the rest of his life. Our next stop was at Masmai Nongthamai Eco Park. The Eco Park had been designed by the Meghalaya government to facilitate tourists to enjoy the green canyons of Sahara as well as the waterfalls that lie around it. There was a stream inside the park and one had to cross a bridge to get near the edge of the canyon. The scenic beauty from the edge was awe-inspiring. The Eco Park also housed a wide variety of orchids. We did not, however, have clear weather for long to see the marvel of nature here. The area became engulfed in fog every now and then. But whatever we could see or capture in frame was enough to appreciate the grandeur of nature around. The mighty waterfalls that usually discharged a huge amount of water had only a thin line of water now running down it. Similar was the condition in all the waterfalls we had visited in Cherrapunji area. Some of these falls had almost dried up. Even the biggest one, named Nugalikai Falls, was nowhere near its own self. It was learnt that there had been no rains in Cherrapunji since September last. What a sorry state. The place that once used to have the world's highest rainfall was now going dry without rains for months. This brings back to my mind the memory of my last visit of the area decades back. It was then almost impossible to move around in Cherrapunji without an umbrella or raincoat. There used to be rains every now and then, and you would get soaked if you dared to be out without protection against the rains. Environment degradation seems to be largely responsible for the current situation. There has been indiscriminate intrusion to nature by way of large-scale destruction of hills and deforestation. In the course of my journey in Khasi Hills, I found hills being blasted in long stretches at gaps along the road. Such destruction had been not only for developmental needs but also for business and mining activities. It is of immediate need to save the hills to the extent possible to avoid a catastrophe. From Echo Park we went to Mosmai Stalactite-Stalagmites Cave, also called Krem Mosmai, Krem meaning cave in Kasi, and Mosmai, translating to oath stone. It was located at a distance of 6 kilometers from the main town of Sahara, as Cherrapunji is locally called. It was relatively easy to navigate the first few meters of the cave. The stalactites and stalagmites caves have innumerable forms, shapes, and sizes inside, leaving one to imagine as many life forms as possible. This magnificent natural wonder is the handiwork of years of natural abrasion and underground water. Lit up with halogen lamps, this 820 feet long stretch is awe-inspiring, spine-tingling, and to a certain degree, suffocating. A harmless-looking opening in the rock face is hidden behind a curtain of green, giving way to a gradual descent into the dark and dank interior of the hill. All trace of natural light disappears within seconds, and the walls and roof begin to close in, forcing visitors to walk single file along the crater-ridden cave. This we had observed from the last point up to which we could move in. With our experience of previous days' expedition to Living Root Bridge at the back of mind, we did not dare to venture deep inside the cave. From near the very entrance of the cave, jagged spears of various shapes would be found to point downwards from the roof as one would move along, while water would drip on the face. Misshapen pillars rose up out of the cave floor, million-year-old structures glittering with crystal deposits. The floor was extremely slippery, with irregular formations rising from the floor here and there. I myself slipped a number of times, losing balance, and somehow saved myself from a fall while attempting to sit on a particular position in one of these formations. These stalactite and stalagmite formations are the result of over 1 million years of incessant rain and formidable weather conditions. Next we visited Thankarang Park of Forest and Environment Department at a distance of 12 kilometers from Cherrapunji. It was a beautiful place adorned with flowers and trees of various species and having a fountain inside. It is located just besides the Koramha Rock and offers a 180-degree view of the Bangladesh plains below. This viewpoint also presents a nice view of the Kinrem Falls, which cascades in 3 levels at a distance. This park had 2 nice viewpoints strategically built on 2 of the 3 rocks that imparts a good view of Koramha, or the Pillar Rocks, and the valley below. A small bridge helps one cross over to the other section of the park in times of heavy rains or the monsoons, when the stream below overflows with water. The next spot was Ramankrishna Mission, situated at the highest point, 4,500 feet, in Cherrapunji. We visited the revered mission and took some photographs. The mission had also an HS school within its precincts. The prayer hall was closed and we could not see its inside. But the exterior view was excellent. There was a mural on the wall facing the school building at its entrance with a figure of Swami Vivekananda and the message, "Let New India arise from hills and mountains." We also visited the 2 museums exhibiting items on tribal culture and tribal ways of life. The mission appeared to have undergone many changes since my last visit to the area in early 1960s. Established in 1931, this institution through its chain of schools promotes and buttresses the spirit of national integration, patriotism, and universal brotherhood. Besides fostering education, it extends health support to the hill people through its charitable dispensary and mobile medical units manned by qualified physicians in allopathic and homeopathic systems of treatment. The next item in our sightseeing itinerary was Nugalikai Falls. The route from Ramankrishna Mission to the area situating the falls was a splendid one. We enjoyed the roadside beauty as the bus made its way to the falls area. Nugalikai Falls is the tallest plunge waterfalls in India. Its height is 1,115 feet. It is fed by the rainwater collected on the summit of comparatively small plateau. Its power decreases during the dry season in December to February. The volume of water in the falls was considerably low at the time of our visit. But the plunge pool of unusually green-colored water formed at the bottom had been there as usual, and I could see the color of this water through my zoom camera. As usual in the hills of Cherrapunji, the sight was enchanting. The area was quite foggy when we visited the falls. We could not therefore have very clear pictures of this wonder of nature. Our journey to Cherrapunji ended here. The next day we visited my old St. Anthony's College, met the present principal Brother Albert and exchanged pleasantries. Later we visited Ward's Lake in Shillong. This artificial horseshoe-shaped lake set up in 1894 in an astounding natural environment has a great charm on its visitors. The lake, dotted with colorful flowers, is full of varieties of fish and is ornamented with a stunning wooden bridge. Botanical garden is just beside it. From here we returned to our place of stay, picked up our luggage and left for Guwahati. Our trip to Meghalaya, which translated in English means Abode of the Clouds, ended. The narration ends here. A music clip will follow till the end of the video. Thank you and goodbye. Scripted by Ajoy Kumar Das. Narrated by David of Microsoft Speech Engine.
মাটির কলস আমার ছাপিয়ে গেল কোনখানে তোমার ঝর্ণা তালার নির্জনে মাটির কলস আমার ছাপিয়ে গেল কোনখানে তোমার ঝর্ণা তালার নির্জনে আমি এই করুণ ধারার কলকলে নীরবে কান পেতে রই আনমনে তোমারি ঝর্ণা তালার নির্জনে বেড়াই তারে খোঁজ করে মেটে বানাই মেটে তা ভাবনার তার তরে দিনে মোর যা প্রয়োজন বেড়াই তারে খোঁজ করে মেটে বানাই মেটে তা ভাবনায়ার তার তরে সারা দিন অনেক ঘুরে দিনের শেষে এসেছি সকল চাওয়ার বাহির দেশে সারা দিন অনেক ঘুরে দিনের শেষে এসেছি সকল চাওয়ার বাহির দেশে নেব আজ অসীম ধারার তীরে এসে প্রয়োজন ছাপিয়ে যা দাও সেই ধনে তোমারি ঝর্ণা তালার নির্জনে মাটির কলস আমার ছাপিয়ে গেল কোনখানে তোমারি ঝর্ণা তালা